Hey YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today is the first part of the paint series and I couldn't be more excited. It is a little bright out here, but we are going to finally start painting my 1998 Nissan Skyline GTT. Now, this series is going to be a learning curve for anybody watching this video, like what supplies you may need, how to paint the car, how to prepare it, and all that stuff. So today is part one. So we're going to be going over all the supplies that you need, which I have pretty much 95% of the stuff that I'm going to show you. We'll get right into it. I am a beginner to painting cars myself. I really have no idea what I'm doing. I've spray painted a couple of cars before, maybe like a hood here and there, but I've never actually painted a full car. So what I've been doing over on my TikTok, if you don't follow me under the same handle already, I've been breaking my Nissan apart to the taillights. I'm going to take this trunk out soon, and we're breaking down all the body panel parts to get the cleanest job possible. Now, just because I've never painted a car before doesn't mean I can't learn through this whole process, and you can learn with me too. So if you want to do the same thing, follow along this part, this couple part series. I don't know how long it's going to be. We're going to do a couple parts. One today being the supplies, two getting the car prepped for paint and probably getting painted, probably with the base coat or something. We're going to do a PPF wrap on it later. So stick around for that. So follow along this series. This should be, hopefully inspire you to paint your own car too, because ultimately it is cheaper. If you plan on painting up some of your other projects in the future, I would definitely stick around and follow. I'm getting all these supplies and different things because I hope to paint other cars in the future too, not just this one. But I think and believe, working on your own cars to literally everything makes it easier to better understand your car, and you get to learn something new. So let's head inside and check out some of the supplies that I have. So over the past several months, I want to say since November of 2024, I've been collecting all this stuff. So that's basically been 6 months of collecting all this stuff. So I'm going to go over pretty much everything you need to paint your car and get a professional finish, and what I purchased. So I've been following a couple other YouTubers on YouTube that go over car painting and stuff like that. So this is what inspired this list to get. So just keep that in mind. Some of the things that you might recognize, you might see some of the other painting YouTubers out there use. So that's how you know. So we're gonna work from my right to the left, and since the paint just came in today, we'll get to that last. And then after that, we'll go over things that I am still missing from this list. So let's start over here. First item on the list is this PVC air hose and some attachments that go along with it. So I just got this for now. It might not be the best choice. This is just what I chose for me. Second item on the list is the TCP Global Superior Tack cloths. These guys are basically cloths that have a little bit of tackiness to them, so when you rub them on the surface of the car, it'll pick up any dirt and stuff like that. So this is a must-have. Here is another really important thing. It's not necessary, but if you want literally the cleanest possible chance of getting a good paint job, is just by getting some paint filters. This is again by TCP, and this can go up to 190 microns. Next on the list is this Spectrum Universal Paint System. This is like one of the first things that I bought, so I don't even know if I'll be using it, but we'll see. This is what attaches to your spray gun and how you're gonna spray the car. This is what will be holding the paint in. Following up with that are the actual mixing buckets. So this is what I'll be mixing my paint in. You can literally get these anywhere. I have another stack in the box right over there. So I have plenty of these for clear and base coat. So this is what I'll be using. It's by Pouring Masters. Next, you wouldn't think it, but it's one of the most important things, is your masking film and tape. Now I just got this one. You can get whichever one you want, it doesn't matter. I also have some paper ones laying around, which is what you use to cover your windows and stuff like that. So that's laying around somewhere, but this is plastic. Next order of business is you definitely want a respirator mask. I got this one. Really doesn't matter. You just don't really want to be breathing all those fumes in when painting a car. Next obvious thing is gloves. I got a size medium. I just know that's gonna fit me best, and I'm the only one painting the car, so if my boyfriend wants to get involved, he's gonna have to get his own gloves. Of course, all these steps are really important, but one of the most important things here today is our spray gun. Now, I decided to go with the Black Widow 2.0 spray gun, and why is because this is really good for spraying base coat and clear coat, and we'll get to why in a second, but we're not spraying primer in this gun. It's not really meant for that, so this is the one. If you want to get to the same one, the part number is 70412 at Harbor Freight. So if you want to get the same one, go cop it over there. Now here come the sanding bits. So this guy is just like a really soft little pad that you hold into your hand, and you just buff out some of the little imperfections during your paint job. This isn't going to be used to actually sand the car. This is just to help those imperfections. These are flat pieces of sandpaper that are really meant for block sanding. So when we go through the whole process, you'll see what that is. Basically, you just wrap this around a wooden block and just go ham on the car, basically. So that is that. And then next, we have some round ones for my orbital spinner. Just because I'm not going to block sand the whole car. That is insane. So this kit actually comes with several. Yeah, it looks like it starts all the way from 60 to probably like 800 or 1,000, I want to say. I bought this kit specifically online just because it's really hard to find orbital sanders in stores with like really high numbered sanding numbers. So that's why I ordered it online. So good luck finding those in stores, but that's just what I did. So next up are these adapters that will sit on top of your gun, and it'll have that big cup of paint right on top. So that's what attaches these two. So basically the YouTuber that I watched, he said, get this one. It's made by 3M. This is actually pretty expensive. I think it was like almost $40. But you'll find it right online. It's pretty easy. But my spray gun actually came with the Spectrum one just because the Black Widow gun was made by Spectrum. So you won't have to worry about buying this. Next up are these scrubbing pads. I don't really think it matters what color you get, but this will be used when cleaning the car for the last time before it goes in for paint. So I'll be using this along with this degreaser, and these two are going to clean the car right before going into paint. So this guy is the Super Cleaner Foaming Tough Task Cleaner / degreaser. So that's pretty much what this is. This is what has been recommended. I don't know if this even is enough, but we'll see. Next up is our air and water separator, as well as our air regulator. So these two things attached to the gun, and the hose is going to help control my PSI levels, and this is going to separate the water from the air coming out of that tube. Just because when you have a lot of pressure in your compressor, it's going to get things hot and there's going to be condensation in there. So if you get any sort of water in your paint, you're screwed, basically. So I honestly should be buying another one of these just to have another one on hand, but this is a must-have. Finally, we get to the paint side of the table. So basically these guys right here is what is going to be cleaning my gun in between steps, between base coat and clear coat. These are very expensive for what they are, $25 a can. So when I bought these back in November, I was like, this is how I'm starting off my project, by spending $50 on 2 cans of cleaner. I honestly probably got more than what I needed, but you never know, so I just have 2. Next is the pearl that's going to be in my paint. This company is called Did Spade. They're going to be crystal pearls, and I got the color Emerald Pearl, and it's 25 grams. But I have 2, so that makes 50. So I should be honestly putting a lot in my paint, my clear coat, and it should really pop. Next up is my clear coat. I decided to go with the 2-in-1 European Urethane Clear Coat by Eastwood. Basically, my whole project is gonna be with Eastwood. They're a very reputable company, so you really don't wanna cheap out on a really good paint job when it comes to the paint. So these guys I trust the most to give me what I'm looking for. So these guys are what I'm looking for. This is my Eastwood Universal Urethane Reducer. Now this guy is going to be mixed in with my base coat and my clear coat, so it'll slow down the drying process, so it allows it to have a more smoother finish. Now this is the medium speed that works from 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So this is what we'll be using. Next up, this is for my base coat, my 4-to-1 urethane activator. Now this guy, I did get 2 because I don't know how much I need. I'll probably get 2 jugs just like I did the clear coat for my base coat. So these guys, this is for my base coat. These guys are just the activators for the clear coat that I have. Nothing special, nothing crazy. Yeah, so this is what they look like. Now, the last 2 things that I have here are my self-etching primer and my 2K epoxy primer. Okay, so you're supposed to use this first and this to cover it up. Now I have 4 cans each of these. Do I think that's enough? Not at all, but it's definitely a start to get the paint series started at least. Honestly, it could be enough. I don't really know. It's recommended that both of these are used, but this isn't necessary. You could just do primer, but I'm doing both just because my car is so old. I'm gonna be mostly stripping everything down to the bare metal. So this is what I feel is necessary for my project. That was a lot of stuff, and in total, all that stuff probably costed me around $2,000. So I just want you to be aware that this is not going to be a cheap project whatsoever, but what is nice is that most of this stuff can be used again for your next project, which is why it doesn't scare me as much, just because I'm going to be getting into other projects after this guideline. So it is what it is. But there are some still things missing in my project that I'm going to let you know right now. So I showed you all of my paint stuff, but that is not everything I need. I still need to get my base coat, which is going to be white, which is going to be pretty much the color of the car. And the pearl that I showed you is what's going to make it look like a different color in the sun. So I still need to get my base coat, which is going to be one of the most expensive parts of this whole project. I forget how much it is. You're getting professional paint for a professional job, so let that be known. You could definitely shop another brand, of course, but this is just who I'm using. And the final thing that I am missing for my project is my air compressor. Now, I am going to be buying that next weekend, but it is expensive, and this is the one that my boyfriend wanted for some future uses, but you can use whatever compressor you want, but you have to make sure that it holds a lot of gallons so you can get through a whole panel without the compressor kicking back on again, because that can mess up the output of your paint. It could be like all splotchy and stuff. So you definitely want it to be a bigger air compressor, and you want to make sure that the air gun that you get, the compressor that goes along with it, can handle the CFM output on your spray gun. So just take that into account for whichever you are shopping for. I'll throw up a screenshot of the one that we are buying. That's just because that's the one that my boyfriend wanted. It is going to be $1,600 after tax. It is a hefty price, but we are going to be using this air compressor for a lot of different things besides this paint job. He has like air tools that he wants to use, so that's for a whole nother reason. You don't have to buy that one, that's just what we wanted to do. So that is everything I have for you for part 1. This is so exciting. I cannot wait to take you guys along this journey. Believe me, I am deathly terrified to do this project, but at the end of the day, I know that I'm going to be learning with this new skill, and it's gonna be really, really fun, and it's gonna look so good. Because with all this money that I spent on this project, I would have spent paying somebody else to paint this car, which, like, for what? Like, I could do it myself. I know that I can. It's just gonna take a lot of patience out of me because I am a very impatient person. I want something done that minute, but it is what it is. And I'm super excited to get this project started with you guys. And I think we can probably get started on some stuff maybe this weekend. So look out for the next video. I will see you guys next time. Peace.